And we're live.
And we're live. The lights are on.
Boom. All right.
3 hacks in a movie. So you start off, Emilio. I feel like you usually start off with the name.
Oh, okay. Okay,
so
sure.
We really want to keep the pattern going.
All right. How's it going, guys? This is 3 hacks in a movie. I'm Emilio.
I'm Bentley.
And I'm RJ.
All right. And this week, or today, really, we watch. Today was RJ's pick. RJ, what did we watch today?
The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Was there any deer in this movie?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I hate
single
false
deer.
advertising, dude.
Single deer.
Yeah. That automatically hurt the movie.
Yep. At least 2 points.
I watched a movie last night. There was a deer in that movie, but this one could have definitely used a deer too.
Was there a deer in Deer Hunter? Has anyone seen Deer Hunter yet?
Yeah, they actually go deer hunting.
Okay, right. Okay, good. All right, so this movie...
It was kind of fucked up.
I don't know what the fuck to say about this movie, dude, honestly.
Yeah. This movie has some like weird Freudian just sex shit. So if you don't like that sort of stuff in your movies, you know, then maybe don't seek it out.
Do you hate kids? You'll probably love this movie. That's all I can really say about it, I guess. Mm-hmm. But no, all right, RJ, so your pick. How would you synopsisize this movie? What's it about?
It's a fucked up revenge story. It's so Colin Farrell plays a cardiologist, I think.
Yeah, he's like a surgeon.
Cardio surgeon, and he accidentally, I guess. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but he kills a patient, and his son just eventually becomes obsessed with getting revenge on him. So he curses the family.
Yeah.
At first it seems like he's like a fanboy, but then he's like, you killed my dad. And
I was wondering when the line was crossed, I guess, or whatever, because obviously this curse didn't happen right after his dad died or whatever,
right,
you know. So that's kind of what I was trying to figure out. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I was trying to think of the elevator pitch of this movie, and I was more thinking
that's a wild one.
A man's family falls very ill after a confrontation with an ex-patient's son who he accidentally killed, and he has to make a decision. He has to make the toughest decision to save his family, to save his family. Even though I couldn't word it exactly right, but that's kind of I don't know. I guess my elevator pitch for it.
Mm-hmm. Is this a superhero movie? This kid in this movie is causing this curse, has these crazy magical powers.
Yeah,
that are never
something
really explained.
supernatural or.
This might as well be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you know, with powers like that.
Jeez, dude.
I feel like this is the villain origin story of someone, right?
Right?
Oh
yeah,
my
dude.
god!
Versus
What
sequel.
Batman villain is
you know
this?
what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Honestly, yeah. I was just laughing at the idea that it was a superhero movie. It was oh, dude, no, this would be a really good villain origin story. Actually, that's pretty great. Honestly.
Mm-hmm. Watch it. We're gonna get a sequel in eight years, and they're gonna bring it tie it together like the Unbreakable trilogy.
Yeah,
exactly. I was kind of thinking that.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be known by as the deer or something. I don't know, something weird, something that doesn't really make any sense. But
Bambi.
Oh my god,
this movie is it's very magical, but the magic doesn't really reveal itself until probably about an hour into it, 40 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
at the beginning of the second act, maybe. So it's you take it as this serious movie, and then eventually this weird magical element.
Yeah, it's you either think it's more on the supernatural side, or it's more on the curse and kind of biblical side, I guess. I don't know. There's some pretty what seems kind of a biblical motif, religion versus science kind of situation. So yeah, man, I don't know, dude. This movie's pretty messed up. I've never seen anything by this dude. I know you guys have, or
I haven't.
Oh, you have. Okay. No. Oh, then Bentley has.
Yeah,
you saw the lobster.
I saw the lobster and Poor Things, which is Poor Things, fantastic.
Right. Yeah, that's
what was the name of the director again?
Yorgos.
Greek Town.
Lanthimos. I think that's how you pronounce it.
That's my final guess.
Yeah, Yorgos. Yeah, he's a hard name to remember for some reason.
Yeah,
Even though I like his movies.
He's Greek.
Okay.
If you didn't know.
Yeah, this movie's wild, dude, and I can only assume his other movies are just as wild.
I know.
Yes.
I know The Lobster is kind of a wild premise.
I mean, even just finding out about the premise, I was like, oh, okay, okay, I can see where this dude's kind of heading towards.
Yeah,
He works in magical, like, weird worlds, basically.
Yeah, Poor Things is definitely strange.
Have you seen that one?
No, but I know of it.
Yeah. It's like Frankenstein.
Yeah,
but
I know
like,
the synopsis
and
of
it's
it.
Frankenstein.
Yeah,
kinda.
right. That's like the whole thing. It's supposed to be about like
fantastic.
class system, right, or something like that.
It's about a lot of things. Yeah. But I'll probably get you guys to watch that at some point.
I'd be down.
I
Yeah.
recommend
I do
that
want to
one.
watch it.
It looks really stunning. But yeah, this one was made right after he made The Lobster, I think.
Yeah.
So this
Okay.
is probably like his third movie or something like that. Or
Yeah.
Maybe like they're theatrical because he's definitely
Yeah.
has some stuff like under his belt.
I think it
before
was
that.
his second American film.
okay.
Because all these other ones are all Greek films.
Okay.
He's the
You got
Greek.
called up to the big leagues.
He's the Greek Dennis Villeneuve.
A little bit.
That's how everyone goes, dude. You make some movies in your country, then you get called up to the bigs.
Something about this movie, the cinematography was like really stunning. I thought just the way they shot a lot of the scenes. Like there's a lot of going down like a hospital corridor, and like they use a really wide angle lens, so you can see like the walls like prominently on the left and right side of the screen, and like the corridor they're walking down is really narrow. It just looks really nice, you know.
Decent amount of like long shots. Or, it wasn't just like a few seconds. Like it actually went on for quite a bit.
And like cameras that are probably like on like a wheeled fucking like vehicle that
like
are
a
like getting a lot
dolly.
of, like
I
a
think they're called,
dolly
like,
system or
yeah.
something. Then that looked really nice. I liked a lot of the shots in this movie.
Yeah, well, thinking of the shots, obviously the opening shot like of a heart like beating like while still in someone's chest was pretty cool.
was a cool special.
I'll say like the shot where we see the son like collapse at the hospital. You know,
Yeah, it was like shot aerial.
yeah, like
aerially.
like super high,
Like
up
straight
there.
down?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
super high
That
up
was,
there.
right. That was a cool shot.
God damn, stupid nose. Yeah, man.
This movie's filled with a lot of cool shots, I think.
I felt like he really liked his zoom shots. Like there's a lot of shots that just like kind of zoomed in.
The dialogue's happening and
Yeah.
stuff, just right on their face. Yeah, this movie, like he has a good eye, like a good visual eye, and like the sound design was really nice in this movie too. I thought it was kind of annoying at some parts, like dissonant.
Oh, right. I kind of at one point was thinking like, okay, is this music gonna stop because it just keeps kind of going, or it's either kept going or it just kept coming back like almost immediately, and I'm like, I'm kind of done with this like weird eerie sound that they keep playing.
It never relents, that's for sure.
I'm pretty sure they played it like during the hand job scene, which I was like, okay, like you don't have to play it for every scene, my guy.
Which that scene, could have been like a deleted scene, perhaps. It could have like been a bonus feature in the DVD.
You think so?
That scene, I feel like this movie could have worked without that, to be honest. Because what she's like in that scene, I think she's trying to get records, like medical records, from an anesthesiologist.
Yeah, her husband's like
coworker,
coworker,
who,
really
they're
close
trying
friend.
to see if maybe he's responsible for the killing of the guy or whatever, sacred deer. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. But anyways, yeah. So like she like gives him a hand job to like get these medical
Pretty
records.
vigorous one from the sound of it, too.
Right, yeah. It's like a minute long almost. Just like of like slap sounds, just like in the car.
And it's just zooming in.
Yeah.
It's zooming in on her face. That was another zoom shot.
And also, does she ever get the medical records from that? Like, does anything ever come of that? No pun intended.
No, they agreed that like he said that he'll just tell her what happened that day, and as long as you pay up or whatever. My thing was like, so I know we're kind of obviously like jumping like later, like I guess it doesn't matter what order we tell it in, but
It's a weird story to
yeah,
tell.
because
Kinda.
remember she says it's just like he's like, oh, what's in it for me? And then she's like, you get that thing you wanted at like lunch or dinner last time or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
I
Last
was
time
like,
you were at our house.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, I guess that was more establishing like that he has shown like whatever, like attraction to her, and she knew that she could probably get information out of him, obviously. Because she wasn't there when they were like grilling the fish, right? I don't think she was there for that. Because if
I
it
think she
was, then I would
was.
have been like, why didn't we see that then?
Yeah,
She's
I don't
at,
know.
like,
Oh,
in the
she did, right?
backyard.
Because she's like, oh, I'll go help with the dishes, or she said, I'll go grab something.
I'll go grab dishes. Yeah,
Yeah,
the plates.
I feel like
or
she was
something.
there.
Yeah, she was definitely there. She was
Yeah, because we
definitely there.
didn't see anything between her and the anesthesiologist. That's why, like, when they referenced back to it, I was like, shouldn't we have seen that? Like, how are you going to reference to a shot, to a whole scene that we saw, but we didn't see what they're talking about? I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird. But
This whole movie's weird.
Well, yeah.
Honestly, this movie's very weird. It kind of starts off a little normal. There's like this doctor, the surgeon, I guess, who like has a pretty normal life. He has a wife, a son,
beautiful
and
wife,
a daughter.
2 kids, boy and girl. Classic. All he was missing was like he has a dog, you know,
Dog, yeah,
a
like
beloved,
golden retriever or
golden
something.
retriever, yeah. Just he was just missing that white picket fence, you know.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I was trying to figure out. So for the longest time in this movie, I was just like, this is like the most like autistic casting I've ever seen, or just like
It's
dialogue
interesting
I've ever
casting.
seen. Because everyone talks very like robotic, just like
it's weird dialogue is what I think it is. Like the dialogue and the way that I don't know he likes maybe the director likes this dialogue a certain way.
I got a lot of Lynchian vibes from this movie,
Yeah.
especially with the dialogue and the characterization and stuff, like just the awkwardness and like the silences.
it's
and
very
pauses.
very awkward dialogue.
So like, and even the opening shot with the where they're doing the surgery and like there's this pulsating like intestine and like this like liver looking thing. Like I don't know.
if it's a heart or a liver or what. Yeah, but
It's just like undulating is like and just fucking
good
pulsating.
word, yeah.
And that was a really good physical effect, and it kind of reminded me of some stuff I've seen in the Lynch movie, like the monster baby or whatever, and Eraserhead.
Okay. Yeah, man. I was just thinking, like, I don't know, man. It seemed everyone was just speaking in a very like robotic manner. Because I remember when the surgeon and the anesthesiologist, they're like walking side by side. They're just like, oh, tell me about your watch. And he's like, it's a steel watch. It's this brand or whatever. And it can go up to 200 meters. Like, oh, 200 meters, you say. And it's like, okay. He's like, mine can only go up 100 meters. I was like, what is happening right now? Like, what the hell is this conversation?
You're obviously not a big watch guy.
Clearly. But I have a big autism guy. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I just remember thinking, like, the dialogue is just very, like, autistic.
Yeah, definitely. Or you could say it's realistic because it's like
I've never
a
heard
lot of
anyone actually
dialogue
talk
in
like
real
that.
life could just be like awkward like that. But
I don't know. I mean, they've been friends for a while. Like, I don't think it would. I don't know. But it just, I've never heard anyone actually talk like that. It was super, I don't know, just awkward, I guess.
no, yeah, it definitely has an awkward tinge to it. I feel like a lot of modern directors do that. You see that in like Ari Aster movies too, and
It's the guy who did what?
like Midsummer and Hereditary.
Okay, right.
But it's that awkward like acting is I feel like probably a good way to build tension too in the viewer because it's like they're just seeing like just the visceral like awkwardness of the acting just makes you uncomfortable on an emotional level.
Dang, so you think he's like really trying to set you off, or like
A lot of
like,
directors
like,
do it.
but you're in a weird like, not a false sense of security, but just kind of like on edge from
Perhaps
awkward dialogue.
I don't know. It's just kind of tense a lot of the times. Yeah, the dialogue in these kind of movies.
Yeah, because we get because almost right away we get introduced to Barry Keoghan's character.
Martin.
Jesus, yeah, I'm gonna have a tough time with their names, honestly, on this one.
It's really just two big actors, Nicole Kidman and Colin Farrell.
Yeah, I mean Barry
sad.
Keoghan's pretty huge now.
yeah.
I think this is like kind of like the beginning. I don't know about the beginning of his rise or like kind of like somewhere in the middle, but this is where he started getting like some real recognition for sure.
Yeah, he's like it seems like he's like a fanboy of Colin
Yeah,
Farrell's
like he's
character
very
at
obsessed
first.
with this like surgeon for whatever reason. And then obviously, I mean, we kind of
Because he
find
wants
out
to become a
later.
cardiologist,
Cardiologist.
whatever the
Yeah.
cardiologist.
Well, I think that's what like he like tells him, right? Or I think that's what he tells his like colleague, like, oh, he wants to be a cardiologist.
It's kind of unclear why they have a like a friend relationship like this. I feel like it's kind of just because Colin Farrell feels bad about the situation.
Yeah,
and
because his dad died.
Yeah, I don't know. Tries to be like a father figure to him or something, but they
guilty about it.
Yeah,
too,
but they don't
maybe.
really ever explain it too much.
Yeah, I think
They kind of just throw you into it.
yeah, so yeah, because we learn obviously that he operated on his dad, and his dad unfortunately passed away, and obviously like Colin Farrell's character, he doesn't really blame himself, but then later we find out that he drank more than he led on to believe or whatever. And he's just like, oh, I didn't drink enough to like affect me or whatever. And then his friend gives him up later saying like he had 2 drinks, he wasn't like, he didn't seem right before the surgery or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think that is him kind of admitting that he does feel guilty that maybe he didn't do his best for during the surgery, and that's why he agrees to hang out with Martin, because deep down he knows that he might have screwed up his dad's surgery. Because like surgeons, I mean, I'm not saying they kill people all the time, but it's like it does happen, and I'm sure he's accidentally killed someone before, and he's never had the need to be there for him. But the fact that he was like buzzed for this one, he's like, I think he just feels guilty, and he thinks that he needs to be there for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, drinking and doing surgery, that's like worse than drinking and driving probably. So yeah, it's pretty bad,
probably.
I guess.
I know, dude. Like, drink. You're not pilots, dude. You can't just be drinking like on the job. You know, there's no autopilot for you for the duration of the flight. But yeah, Martin's character, man, he was just very. Do you guys think he was very like unsettling from the beginning, or it's not till like later? Because
Yeah, right off the rip, dude, he's fucking like just kind of a weirdo.
yeah.
Way
You can tell he's
talking to
very
him.
like in the beginning. He just seemed kind of like a socially awkward kid. Obviously, probably like stunted from his dad's death and everything. But yeah, because when he started speaking, I was like, that it just kept rolling to this whole kind of like very like autistic sense of direction. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe he's just autistic or whatever. Like he doesn't really like making eye contact, and he's just kind of speaks in very like short, clear sentences. I like lemonade. My mom makes lemonade, and I asked her to make me lemonade, so she made me lemonade. Like it's just very just kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, me and my mom always hang out and talk to her. I tell her everything, and she tells me everything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's kind of okay. Cool.
So his character off the vagina, like I don't think he was like very like unsettling. I guess I just thought like he has like this weird obsession with the surgeon that messed up his dad's surgery or whatever, and I was more confused on Colin Farrell's character on the decisions he made because it seemed like he was trying to keep him a secret from everyone. He was just like. Like, oh, I told you don't come to the hospital without calling me. Like, I don't want you just like waiting around or whatever.
Right.
And then when his colleague finds him, he like makes up a story. He's like, oh, this is my daughter's friend. He's interested in medicine and blah, 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 blah. But then all of a sudden he's like, you know what? Like, you should come over and meet my family. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, that's such a change in like, I don't know, like motivation and direction. I was just very confused by that. And I don't know if that's poor writing or that's just like me kind of missing something, but I don't know. Maybe he was trying to be like an actual good guy and trying to like get him like, you know what? Like, I think he just needs a family, so I'm going to invite him over and stuff like that. But I don't know. It seemed like it was like a huge shift in direction of like how he was treating him like as a part of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely awkward at first, but like, is there a reason why he invites him over? Like, maybe he just feels guilty, like about killing his dad or something, and maybe that's like a way that he can, I don't know. Maybe that's like
because this has been months after. Because I think he said he's been seeing him for like 6 months now.
Yeah,
so,
something like that.
Yeah. So that's why I just thought it was kind of weird. Like, because again, he went from hiding him to he's like, yeah, you should meet my family, and I don't know. It was just kind of weird.
He's not very like inclusive towards him. It's still like a weird relationship. It's like not overly friendly between the two of them. So
Yeah, he did ask him to sleep over. He's like, you can sleep over if you want. Like the first night that he was there, I was like, bro, like this is a 16-year-old kid. Like, you're not supposed to be making those kinds of like calls or questions.
Yeah, because I think it was after they had that like conversation where he asked him like, oh, do you have any friends or do you have a lot of friends? And he's like, oh no, my dad said it's better to have good friends than a lot of friends. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
like so. Yeah.
But But he explains that he doesn't really have that many friends, and then so I think that's when Colin Farrell's like, "Oh, I think I should like, I don't know, introduce this kid to my family." Like,
Okay.
I don't know,
Maybe. Yeah.
the kid's close to kind of close to his age, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the beginning it was just it seemed like pretty innocent or whatever. Like they're at the diner together. It's just like, oh, like I see you already ate. I'm gonna get something to eat or whatever. And then he's like, oh, I got you something, and he got him the watch. That was the exact watch as the one that his colleague was wearing or whatever. So probably not a cheap watch from what it sounds like. I don't think these surgeons and anesthesiologists are wearing cheap watches. Yeah, it seemed all pretty kind of cool and innocent. Even up until when he invited to meet his family, and they were all kind of hitting it off. But obviously, there was just like a lot of weird moments between them. Like when his son was like, "Do you have body hair? Or do you have hair under your like arms? Like, can I see it?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And he just like lifts up his shirt, and I was like, "Okay, it's getting kind of weird now."
Yeah,
and
like my dad has more body hair than you. Like, okay,
Yeah,
like 3 times
weird.
more.
The girl just mentioning that she just started her period. She's like, I just started my period 2 weeks ago. Like, this is not show and tell. And if it was, you guys aren't doing it right.
Yeah, those are just childhood conversations. Like everybody has.
Even like but I just remember that the dad, Colin Farrell's character, said the same thing to like his colleague. Because I think someone was asking about his family, and he's like, yeah. My daughter just started her period. I was like, what is this?
The autism apple don't
Exactly. No, I'm telling you, dude. Like,
fall far from the tree.
It's like the most autistic dialogue like I've ever seen, and I've watched several seasons of The Good Doctor, dude. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of autism going on, especially in the beginning of this movie. Like, they just seem like a weird family a little bit. Like they're good on the outside or whatever, but there is some kind of weirdness to them because like. The way that he has sex with his wife, Colin Farrell's character,
bro, yes,
is that like she like lies down like I get, like a deer dead on the street is like how I would say, just like roadkill.
She says something to him about like
general anesthesia.
So she like pretends to be like under anesthesia, I guess, like knocked out.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was more thinking about it. Well, I mean, I guess she just like flat out says it, but. Yeah, dude, she literally just like lies still, and he moves her and rearranges her, and I was like,
she starts planking basically on the bed.
Like, this is so weird.
And that's how he knows that she's down for it. But yeah, like that part's hilarious. Obviously.
Yeah, I was like, when I saw that, I was like, oh man, these people are into some. Yeah, they're into some weird shit for sure.
So yeah, they're kind of a weird there's some weirdness to these people too, and like the way that they handle the situation. So they're not actually like the perfect family.
Yeah,
obviously
they're definitely just trying to show like how normal they are, and then it's very that classic like behind closed doors we'll see like no, these people are actually pretty weird.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, as far as like weird fetish things go, I'm like, kinks. I don't know. It's like still like 2 consenting adults like married. Like I don't know, but it's still pretty weird. Yeah. We're this is a kink free shame podcast or whatever, kink shame free podcast.
Unless you're furry, but that's already implied, I think.
But yeah, so I don't know. Everything seemed kind of normal up until Martin then invites. Steven over for dinner. He's just like, oh, thanks for having me. Like, but you should come over or whatever. And he's very like direct about it. He's just like, he tells him, oh, I should be home at 6, or I should be off at 6:30. Like, how about 7:30 or whatever? He was not taking no for an answer.
Saying tomorrow, it's tomorrow. Hammering it in.
Yeah, so they're just they have dinner or whatever, and he's like, we should watch a movie.
His wife too.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
which is kind of a move. Like, I feel like he probably should have taken his wife to that thing.
Yeah, that probably would have been not a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's just like, yeah, they're watching the movie, or, they're eating dinner. He's like, we should watch a movie. It was my dad's favorite movie and my favorite movie. And then, like, in classic, like, it seems like buddy fashion where, like, your boy's about to get laid, so you disappear. You're like, oh, I'm going to go to bed now, guys.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, but he does it with his mom. And I'm like, oh, God. So he leaves, and his mom's all
Talking
you
about
have
his
lovely hands. Yeah, like you have lovely hands. Doctors always have lovely hands or whatever. And then he's like, thank you. And then she's like, I made a caramel something tart.
Caramel tart.
Yeah, like if you're interested. He's like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, let me see your hands. And then she starts like sucking his like thumb or whatever. And then she's like, I'm sorry. And it's like, but you know, it's totally okay. He's upstairs. Like he wants this to happen. And I was like, oh God, oh man, so much just weirdness in such a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like, because he's like, yeah, you know what? I really have to go. She's like, you're not leaving until you try my tart or whatever.
That was a good line.
Yeah, that was a good double entendre right there, you know? Or
well, what's the like philosopher that like talk or whatever psychiatrist that talks about like, oh yeah, wanting to have sex with your mom?
Freud.
Freud.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like very anti-Freud because he's trying to get other people to have sex with his mom. Right?
Yeah, dude, it's
Trying to
Freud.
pimp his mom out.
He's trying to pimp his mom out.
Doctor.
It's Freud. It's freaking Oedipus, right? That's what they call it, like an Oedipus complex.
Oedipus, yeah.
Well, it's also she probably has some complex where like this guy killed her husband too, and so like maybe there's some like weird like you know like thing there.
Do you think she thinks he killed her husband, or do you think it's just like the son who thinks that he killed like his dad? Like why would you want to bang the guy that like killed your husband?
Right. She's not too like vocal about it. She's really only in that one scene in the whole movie.
Yeah, literally the entire movie.
So she doesn't really talk about it, but who knows behind the scenes.
And you know what?
She's trying to get some hand.
I don't blame her. Colin Farrell, bro. That's a sexy guy right there, dude.
He does have good hands.
Yeah, and he's got big hands. Yeah, he's got
a good look, but
you know that strong Irish accent. He's a charming dude. It's kind of hard to say no to him or not want him, but you know. But yeah, but Colin Farrell is like, nah, I love my wife. You know, I can't do an Irish accent right now. Like,
yeah, dude, he's a good guy. He just leaves, gets his jacket, probably considers it for half a second.
Yeah.
But you know.
But yeah, so yeah, they go. You know, I don't remember exactly like what happens next, I guess. But the next time that him and Martin meet, it's not going very well because she's immediately like, he's like, oh, you should come over again so we can finish that movie or whatever. And it's like, don't worry, my mom wants this. he's like, okay, you keep saying this. Like, I love my wife, I love my kids, and he's like, no, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, she wants this, I want this, and I guess that was the moment where he's like, if this doesn't happen, I'm gonna have to put a curse on you or whatever the situation is, you know.
Classic curse situation.
Yeah. All the same time, while he's like going after his daughter too. I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you want him to bang your mom, or you want to bang his daughter at the same time?
Yeah, that's some Freudian shit right there.
He's just really into that stepsister shit, so he was trying to force it.
It's a pretty popular catalog, according to the studies, but. Yeah, man, it's so weird, dude.
Yeah, but so far this kid's just kind of weird, you know. And then like it turns out that the son Bob, which is kind of a weird name for like a young kid these days.
I know. I love
Bob.
that he's a kid that actually goes by Bob,
not Bobby or whatever.
Not Robert, you know, whatever.
Bob.
Well, RJ's name is Robert, and no one calls him that. So
right,
yeah, that's true. But yeah, you never hear about a kid being called Bob.
Yeah, Bobby is
Bobby
the kid
maybe.
Bob.
Yeah, Bobby maybe.
Bob is what you call them when they get old.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Bob is a contractor, bro. Like, it's such a contractor. Maybe because of Bob the Builder. Like, that's the connection I'm making. But yeah, it's very much a contractor name. It's definitely not some kid in like middle school, I guess. Or
Does he work construction? Is he a sponge? No.
Bulbous Esponja, bro.
Folk singer Bob Dylan.
Ooh, there we go.
Lots of Bobs. You can
Billy
go.
Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob. There you go,
Yeah.
dude. He threw the Bob in there.
Yeah. Bobby De Niro. Okay, that's my last one.
Bobby Hill.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So it all seemed going pretty good up until, you know, there's obviously that awkward moment where he's like, oh, my chest hurts or whatever. And he's like, your tests are fine. And then there was that weird scene. Again, I don't know why Colin Farrell does the thing he does. But he's just like, oh, your son told me you have a very hairy body, 3 times hairier than me. He's like, can I see it? and he like unbuttons his shirt and shows him. He's like, "Oh, you are Harry, but not 3 times Harry." Again, bro, it's so autistic.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
It's like in an open doctor's office where people can like probably walk in and see
Yeah,
him
dude.
opening his like doctor's coat to this kid.
Yeah, man. And then I was like, bro, this kid is 16. You should not be showing him your freaking like stomach and everything, chest.
That's when the curse was initiated right there. That was the real the ritual that had to be
That
done.
was the final step. He's like, I just need to see his body, and then the curse will be completed.
Once I see his nipples.
Which I want to say, he has a really thick beard, but then he like he shows him his hair,
Yeah,
and it's like,
he really doesn't have a lot of body hair.
yeah, I think I'm hairier than him.
I definitely got the opposite going on. Hairy body, not a hairy face.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
definitely.
Can't grow a beard.
Feel that.
Sad. But yeah, man. So I don't know. Everything seemed going pretty good. You know, there was that awkward moment, but it wasn't anything crazy. And then we get, you know, I guess it's like the next day. They're trying to get the kids to school, and Bob is saying that he can't move. He's like, "Dad, like, no, I can't. I can't move my legs."
He says his legs are numb and he can't move them.
Yeah, like you see him like sitting up on the bed. So I mean, I guess he tried. Obviously, you can like prop yourself up with your arms. And he's like, and his dad's obviously not believing him. He's like, "Dad, no, like I can't. My legs are numb. I can't move them." So they take him to the hospital, and they're like, whatever, doing like reflex and this. They're like, "No, like he should be fine. Like there's no problem or whatever."
You can feel it, like you can walk.
Yeah,
So it's like,
and then
totally
he walks
fine
for a
once he's
little
there.
bit because he's like, I guess like almost out the hospital, and then that's when you get like the super high aerial view, and you just see him like collapse to the ground. And you can see his mom's like freaking out from almost like, you know, I mean the camera seems like it's almost like 30 feet above them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they're like, obviously they admit him back into the hospital, run all these tests and MRI, which is. He initially denied. He's like, "We don't need to do that, or whatever. Like, it's fine." And again, like he is a doctor, very like obviously there's a whole thing about doctors and god complexes and everything. Like, nah, he doesn't need an MRI. He's fine. And the first thing they do is give him an MRI after he collapses. They're like, "Oh, okay, makes sense." And then just test after test, they're like, "Nope, nothing's wrong with him. Like, this doesn't make any sense." And I don't know, that's obviously like after that, is that when Martin reveals kind of what's happening to him?
Yeah, he like visits the son in the hospital, and like it's kind of weird. And then like he's like whispers to Colin Farrell's character, like, "Hey, meet me upstairs."
Oh yeah,
like,
oh right, yeah,
whatever.
yes, you're right.
I think that's
no,
that's
you're
the
right,
timeline.
you're right. Yeah. He visits him, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, meet me upstairs," and then it seems kind of normal, and then all of a sudden he's just like. I think he asked him like, "Do you remember the rules or something like that?" And then he's like, "No." He's just like, he like takes a deep breath. He's just like, "Okay, you either need to kill one of your family members, or they're all going to die, and they're all going to die the same way." And it's like, first it's loss of limbs, second it's starvation, third it's bleeding from the eyes, and then death. And he's like. And death comes shortly after the bleeding eye, so don't try to like wait it out or whatever. And then that's when he gets kicked out of the hospital. You see the security guards like escorting him out. Obviously, he doesn't believe what's happening is what he's saying. Like, okay, like no, this can't be it. And then it's not until he starts like freaking out. He's like trying to force feed him the donut and that's
when he stops eating too. Yeah, the kid stops eating a little bit.
He tells him like. Eat it, whatever. He's like like shoving it in his mouth, trying to get him to eat it. So that's like kind of showing him that he is starting to believe a little bit about what Martin said. You know, taking the precautions, I guess.
Keep in mind, he's never said a word of like how weird Martin is, or like that weird premonition to like his wife or like anybody at this point. He just keeps it to himself.
It is like a pretty weird thing to bring up, though. Like, I mean, would you believe someone if they told you, like, "Hey, we need to kill one of our kids, or we're all gonna die, or all of you guys are gonna die anyways"? All right, I guess we should also mention that he tells them either you're like your whole family's gonna die, but you'll be okay, right? Like, I think that's what he said. Like, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I think
as long as you kill one of them, but no matter what happens, you'll be good.
Yeah, exactly. I was wondering, like, what would happen if he kills himself? Because he says he has to kill a member of his family. I mean, technically, he is a member of his family.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so I was wondering, like, I wonder if he kills himself. Will the rest of them be okay?
He should have asked. Because you don't want to do that, then the curse ends up happening anyways.
I think the director purposely didn't want him to ask because he wanted to show us that, like, this dude, at the end of the day, mostly cares about himself, I guess. You know, like, he's not gonna, as much as he loves his family, he's never gonna sacrifice himself for his family.
Yeah, that wasn't even a thought.
Yeah, dude, not
He's
one.
like, hell no,
time.
I'm not killing myself.
No, and the crazy thing is, like, we learned that with the rest of the family too. Obviously, we don't expect kids to want to sacrifice themselves. Like, that's a super insane concept. Like, kids shouldn't sacrifice themselves for his parent, but even the wife, like, didn't want to sacrifice herself. And I'm like, bro, like, I get it. I mean, I get it, but it's also like, that's your kids. Like, I mean, if anyone has to make the ultimate sacrifice, it has to be one of the parents. And dude, I just
But the parents can make more kids.
Yeah, the
like
wife-
realistic, like after on.
Yeah,
like,
the
it's
wife
not
brought
about
that up.
it's not about logic though, dude. It's about, like, you know, you're supposed to protect your kids. Like, that is number one thing. You protect your kids. But yeah, and then they seem like, I don't know, maybe they're like, okay, maybe it's really not what Martin's talking about until we find out that until we see his daughter collapse at, like, choir practice or whatever, and she loses her, like, loss of legs. We see her try to eat, like, a piece of fruit, and she has to, like, cough it back up. Like, she's like, I can't eat it.
Yeah, that whole time up until she collapses, she was getting romanced by Martin the entire time.
driven on a motorcycle without their helmets on.
Yeah, he was
Classic.
Definitely like.
I don't know what
going on
was,
her.
like, the point of that. Yeah. Well, like, why did he feel the need to, like, romance her before?
I mean, the movie kind of
Almost.
ends on that note too. Is there like a little romance? I feel like that's kind of that final scene of the movie.
Yeah,
So it seems like it's important to the director.
Yeah. I mean,
He's
I
gonna
don't
make that
think
the final scene.
maybe I just hope it doesn't continue, but I don't think the relationship continues out there.
I think it might. She's probably gonna like text him
Yeah.
like late at night, like you know, like, hey, remember me?
That's what I'm telling you. We're gonna get the follow up sequel soon.
Man, I thought, okay, so yeah, I jumped a little bit ahead, but I thought one really weird scene, obviously, like, I mean, they've been, you know, seeing each other. They're in her room together, and you just see her just kind of like take off her dress or whatever, and she lies in bed the same way that her mom does.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, there's no way that's a freaking coincidence, obviously. So she has definitely, like, walked in on them, like, once or twice, or maybe even more. Like, I don't think it's that messed up to the point where, like, she, like, watches them all the time or something, but she has definitely seen her mom just, like, lie still as an anesthesiologist, basically, or
Yeah.
whatever, you know?
Either that, or it's like it's a genetic thing. It just inherits that
Oh
trait.
my god!
It's like a
Isn't
know,
that like a
mating
theory
trait.
that, like, kinks are inherent traits
don't
or,
know.
like, some genetic traits, but it, like, skips a generation or something like that?
Haven't heard that one, but you know,
Yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But yeah, I just thought that scene was so weird because I was like, oh, she's literally lying down the same way as her mom is. Like, that's super creepy.
And then he
But-
leaves.
Yeah, Martin denies her. He's like, you're the most beautiful girl, or you're the prettiest girl I've ever seen, or whatever. And then he tells her kind of something like that. I don't exactly remember what he says to her, but it's very, like, dismissive of her. He's just like, no, like, I have to go. Like, he kind of made it clear that he's not actually, like, interested in her, I guess, even though she's the prettiest thing he's ever seen. So yeah, then, you know, he leaves, and then I don't know how many days later, whatever, she collapses. She's in the hospital. She can't eat. So then we see that it's really starting to get to Steven. Like, now it's affecting both of my kids, which he told him that's what was, or, you know, Martin told him that's what was going to happen. Is like, they're all going to start going through the same thing.
Then he finally tells his wife pretty
Yeah.
much at this point.
Yeah.
About the premonition. She's like, yeah, okay. She's like totally buys into it. She's not really questioning it too much.
She's like, I
She's
met
good.
that kid. He was a weirdo.
He had a
Can't tell
really
the
weird
police.
energy about him, yeah. But it is one of those things, like, bro, like, how do you explain that to someone? And then it's like, yeah, you can't go to the cops, obviously, because you can't be like, this kid put a hex on my family or whatever. Like, they're like, okay, sir, like, that's not how any of this works, you know? There's no black magic law or whatever. And,
not
black
in
magic
these
police.
states.
Yeah.
You have to go to like
Louisiana,
the Middle
New
East,
Orleans.
maybe.
I was thinking like voodoo and stuff. So voodoo country,
Yeah.
but yeah. So, and then we see like this kid does have some kind of power, if it's evil or good, because later we see, the brother and the sister, and they're in the hospital. She gets a phone call from Martin, and I guess he tells her like, "Oh, I'm in the parking lot." And she's like, "Oh, really?" So she just like gets up after a few days of being paralyzed or whatever.
Yeah, she magically can walk again.
As soon as she gets the phone call and starts walking towards the window, he's not there.
Yeah, she's like waving, but as soon as Nicole Kidman's character walks up to the window, he's gone. Mm-hmm. And then she just goes back in bed and like whatever.
Falls down, loses the ability to walk probably because she's like limping.
Well, she's already, I think she's like already in bed. But then we see the son, Bob, he's just like, wait, she can walk? I want to walk too. And then he's like, I'm gonna walk. He just like gets out of bed, but he just like collapses almost.
Yeah, he just rolls out of bed. Honestly,
slams down on the ground on the fucking tile, pretty much.
Yeah. So, So clearly this kid, man, he has powers or whatever for one
he's
reason
a super
or
villain,
another.
man. It's a super villain
Basically.
origin story. That's a pretty good way to put it.
Secret superhero movie.
Yeah. And then
like he has a pretty weird sense of justice because his idea is that like, I'm gonna like basically like force you to kill one of your family members, like at worst or at best.
Yeah.
And then 3 of them are gonna get sick. They could all die, but because you might have killed my dad, maybe while trying to save his life.
Yeah,
that's
like a kind of like a flipped justice.
Yeah, that's how a part of me. I was like, I don't even know if this is technically like justice that he's seeking out for. Like, I really think it's like an eye for an eye situation, which isn't. I don't think that's supposed to inherently fall under justice, but. He's like, I lost somebody I love.
Right.
Now you need to lose somebody you love. Because if it was justice, I think he would kill someone in the family and then call it even. But he's like, no, like you have to do it. Like you made a mistake or whatever, killing someone,
but like he was never charged with killing anyone. It's like it could have been the anesthesiologist. It could have been because he drank. It could have been not. Been like
I love that whole thing where he's just like, his wife is questioning him like, were you drinking? Did you kill him? Like yes, but like I only had like one drink or something like that, and like everyone knows that surgeons don't kill patients. It's always the anesthesiologist or something. Like there's nothing that I could have done that would have killed him. And I thought surgeons probably say. Yeah, and I was like, obviously, okay, yeah, surgeons kill people. That's happened. I was like, but again, God complexes. Like, there's no way he'll ever admit to a fault like that. And then, so the kids go to they basically move in home, but still like attached to the hospital beds and IVs and everything. And then the mom, Nicole Kidman's character, she starts kind of more going against her husband, where she's just like, no, there's something more to this. There's something wrong here.
This is your fault. I don't know if she says it at that point, but she says it at some point. She starts blaming him for it.
She goes and talks to the anesthesiologist or like family friend or whatever. And she's like, I want records. He's like, I can't just give you records or whatever. And then she's like, well, I need you to tell me exactly what happened that day. And they're like, okay, but what's in it for me? And then that's when she goes, I'm gonna give you that thing you wanted at the last time that we had dinner together or whatever. Which apparently the answer to that was a very vigorous hand job. Which I was like, bro, why is it always a hand job? Like, I don't know why. Like, you could have gotten, like, bro, like, you could have easily gotten a BJ out of the, like, at least a BJ out of the situation. But I don't know. Maybe he's obsessed with hands too or something like that,
Doctors are just obsessed with
hands. I'm surprised he didn't want like a foot job or something, It seems like that's the direction
he's not a podiatrist, right? That's a foot doctor.
That would have been hilarious.
He didn't want to turn into that director who did Buffalo 66 or whatever, who like simulated a blowjob on camera.
Got a real blowjob,
So, the hand job, it's more safe. You can show more on camera without showing like too much.
I don't know. It seems like you might as well just go for it. Like, obviously it's not like you show the blowjob. I mean, we didn't see the hand job.
And you see full penetration in this movie.
I just say, bro, like, you're already like fucking your best friend's wife or trying to fuck your best friend's wife. Like, you're just going to settle for a hand job. Like, if you're already cutting ties, you might as well just go for the BJ.
I kind of hated that scene, honestly. I feel like that scene should have been in the cutting room floor because you could have gotten rid of it and it doesn't like change anything.
I think
And it's also just really uncomfortable.
Belly, I think you have a problem with sex scenes in general because I feel
Yeah,
like
I don't know, maybe.
you're just like, oh, I didn't like that scene, you know, and it's always like something to do with sex.
That one was just because like she's like beating off a guy to save her kids, but then nothing ever comes of it. She's just like desperate, basically.
Well, she gets the information she wants, I guess.
Does she?
Right? Yeah,
the anesthesia.
Yeah, because he tells it. Yeah, because he I guess not proves because he can't prove anything, but he's like, no, he drank more than he leads on. Like he had like 2 drinks, not one or whatever. And right before the surgery, I saw him and he seemed like off, like he wasn't fully ready yet or something.
But he says
like
that before the hand job, I think.
I think he says it like,
he has 2. They had 2
yeah,
drinks.
it was like before, during, beginning of the hand job, something.
No, it was
like
like
that.
before. I think it was before the. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think the way it edited it was like, yeah.
But yeah, that scene.
it
There's a
doesn't
lot.
matter.
This movie has like a lot of just like fucked up things, like almost like incestual overtones and just like Freudian shit. And that one was just like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I'm watching it.
I thought the whole like him wanting to bang like his friend's wife or whatever. I'm like, I think this is more feeding into the whole God complex thing because he's just like, I should be able to bang my friend's wife because I'm an amazing anesthesiologist. I can do whatever I want, you know, whatever. But yeah, like I don't know. Everyone in this movie is pretty selfish, honestly. Like they only think about themselves.
I guess not the daughter. Maybe the daughter like ends up like saying, "Hey, kill me."
Yeah,
like,
I still
she has,
think
like, a
there's
moment.
something really weird about that, though. Yeah. So later we find out that Steven has kidnapped Martin, and he has him like locked up in his basement or whatever. And he's been like beating him senseless, just trying to get whatever, either information out of him or trying to stop the curse or whatever you want to call what's happening, you know, that's happening.
That's not how curses work, bro.
You can't just beat someone out of a curse.
And I feel like he's like tied up pretty loosely. He's just like in a chair that he could probably like stand up from, and he just has like,
Like
tape on his
duct tape,
mouth.
yeah.
And he's kind of like duct taped around the chair, but he could like I feel like stand up. Maybe I have to rewatch it, but he wasn't really like that secured.
It's pretty crazy how fast the family has just admitted to kind of what's happening, I guess. Like they just accepted what's happening. Because when they're back in the when the kids are like in their hospital beds but like in the home or whatever, you know, this is after they realize or they find out that, you know, he kidnapped Martin, and the daughter's just like, oh, dad didn't kill Martin, which was the right call. Like, so apparently she has more insider knowledge than anybody about what's happening. And then she's just like dad just has to make the decision or whatever.
There's
like
a weird Shining connection or something.
Yeah, it's either a weird Shining connection or I don't know. She's sneaking down because you do eventually see that she sneaks down there.
She does, yeah.
So maybe she's fucking crawling down there every night to like be with this boy that she loves. That's killing her and her family.
He might have even told her before any of this was really happening. You know how they were like dating each other
Right.
or whatever. He might have even told her then.
This is gonna happen to you.
You're like, well, don't worry. First, it's gonna happen to your brother. Then it's gonna happen to you. But hopefully, your dad makes the right call, and you know, whatever. But yeah, man, that whole thing, man, was just super weird. And and then Bob never really seems ever too concerned about what's happening. He's just like, yeah, I can't walk, I can't eat, you know, whatever. And now my sister can't walk or can't eat, and then that's about it. Like, you know, it just seems like they all kind of like the kids accepted their fates almost immediately, but the parents are still very obviously kind of trying to find a way out of it, but they think there is a way around, you know, the initial premonition or whatever you want to call it.
Seems like the dad thinks that, but the mom doesn't really think it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right, yeah.
She seemed more willing to accept that, like, what's going on is actually going on.
Yeah. No, I agree. Okay, you're right. Yeah, I would say that, yeah. Yeah, the dad's definitely more trying to, like, find a way around it, and then the mom's more, we need to do something, which is the thing, obviously, they don't want to do. But, yeah, I like how just... You know, obviously the dad never thinks about sacrificing himself. The mom doesn't think about sacrificing herself. the daughter does say at some point, like, Dad, you're the one that brought me into this world. Like, it's only right that you're the one that takes me out of it or something like that.
Yeah, wow.
And I don't know if that's her just actually trying to be, like, self-righteous or whatever, or she was just trying to seem like the ultimate daughter willing to make that sacrifice, just hoping that her dad chooses somebody else or himself, maybe even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved. I really didn't put together that. I really thought Nicole Kidman was gonna kill her husband, because I don't know if she thought like, well, maybe if I kill him, the rest of us will be okay. Because obviously, there's no way she would be able to kill any of her kids or sacrifice herself. But I love how she tries to like seduce her husband one last time. You know, she does the general anesthesia thing again, and he just turns off the lights, like, all right, go to bed. You know, like you were really not in the mood. But I never really thought about that. Cause for some reason, I thought she was gonna give him like one last hurrah and then murder him. And then obviously I saw part of that video essay where she's just like, this is her trying to like offer herself to him so he doesn't kill her. And I was like, oh man, I didn't even think about that. I thought she was just trying to give him like one last bang before she murders him. But I was like, yeah, no, that could definitely be it.
And that happens right after she's like tending Martin's wounds, and then like kisses his feet almost.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. So like she's like really desperate to like, she'll like please whoever she needs to get out of this probably.
Yeah.
So it's showing people like in a really desperate situation and kind of like what they could do. I think this movie, like, that's a big theme of it.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna start like blowing them.
Dude,
yeah, she gets on her knees. And
I thought the same thing, but I was just like, okay. But the only thing that was making me not thinking she was going to do,
the kids were there.
The kids were there, exactly. Yeah, that was the only thing. But I really thought she was about to offer herself to him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And then the whole
might have off camera, because she later on releases him like without anybody like he finds out the next day and she's like, yeah, I released him. And it's like, you don't see what happened. You don't like know like what they could have fucked, bro. Like before, like when she released him.
I don't think she's gonna fuck him and release him. You know, but,
release,
maybe, yeah. But yeah, I also thought the whole like her kissing his feet kind of again made me more thinking about this like in a religious aspect, because they always talk about like, well, there was like this whole thing like how Jesus like would wash like a bunch of people's feet, like the most, you know, downtrodden. I can't really think of the word I'm looking for right now, but there's always something about like kissing someone's feet is like the ultimate like symbol of like servitude. Yeah, like Martin is somebody above them, and I think that was kind of showing it. And like again, like the crazy thing, like because he's supposed to just be kind of like this orphan kid almost, and they're two extremely successful doctors, both with like god complexes in their own way. And then she shows like the ultimate sign of like submission, which is like kissing his feet.
What's a god complex?
You think you're God.
Think you're God?
Yeah.
This kid is basically God. Martin, God, yeah. Martin is basically God in this movie, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what they were trying to show, that he is above them, even though they think they're kind of above everybody else. Yeah, man.
God
and
complex.
then so Martin gets released. He, obviously Steven gets mad about it, and then she's just like, no, like there was no point in keeping him, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, we need to make a decision or whatever. And time's coming up, or because Bob starts bleeding from his eyes. And we know that that's supposed to be the final step before, someone perishes. And then
that's a good word, dude, because it's so biblical.
Yeah.
They perish. Yes.
Thanks.
This movie is very similar to like the Book of Job, or the story of I think it's Isaac, when Abraham has to kill Isaac, his son or whatever. Mm-hmm. So this movie has a lot of like ancient. Yeah.
Well, I know Job is like the whole thing about God basically ruining this man's life, right? Because he wanted to
killing his family.
He made a bet with the devil that he won't lose faith no matter what, kind of situation. Mm-hmm. And then, I know Abraham kills Isaac.
He doesn't. He turns around. He almost does. And then God is like, no, I was just testing you, bro. You're good. And then he turns around and Isaac gets to live.
It's like the millennial version of the Bible. Like he turned around. He's like, nah, you good, fam,
But yeah, like this movie has a lot of like apparently a Greek story too.
Oh,
It's
right.
based
What was
off
that one?
of Virginia.
Iphigenia? I don't even know how to pronounce.
Iphigenia, I think.
Iphigenia.
I honestly don't know how to pronounce that word.
Yeah, Iphigenia.
Yeah, I would think it's like Ephenia or something like that. Ephenia, maybe.
Yeah, it's
But
not
I
a
really
Greek
don't
story
know.
you hear too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, all
but
right.
it's-
Well, what's this
honestly-
Greek story about, RJ? I know you have the page up.
So it's about King Agamemnon.
Okay.
Agamemnon.
Yeah.
He offends the goddess Artemis on his way to the Trojan War by hunting and killing one of Artemis's sacred stags.
Ooh.
So that's
Big no-no.
That's
Sacred deer.
the sacred deer right there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So she retaliates by preventing the Greek troops from reaching Troy unless Agamemnon
Agamemnon.
Agamemnon.
kills his eldest daughter, Iphigenia. Iphigenia.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
As a human sacrifice. So yeah, that's where I guess this whole movie is kind of
Wow.
like
Yeah,
based
the killing
around.
of the sacred deer.
'Cause that's also a weird
yeah.
justice because he just killed his deer, and it's like now you got to kill your fucking.
Whatever, sacred deer, though.
Yeah, it's a godly sacred deer. It's
Yeah.
ordained by the.
Yeah, because Artemis
The
is supposed to be
gods.
the goddess of hunting, if I remember correctly. But she has animals.
Goddess of the hunt, the wilderness, wild animals, et cetera,
Yeah.
et cetera.
Okay. Okay, so that's where the killing of the sacred deer comes from, because it becomes this whole thing about, yeah, I know, you're like, you killed somebody I love, so now you must make the ultimate sacrifice by killing somebody you love, or, or all of you will perish kind
Right.
of situation, yeah.
Which, if I understood Greek mythology more, I would have like recognized this a lot
Right,
easier.
right,
Yeah, yeah. But then it also turns into Sophie's Choice too, where it's not just the eldest kid you're killing. You have to choose,
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
to, and then also the wife. So
Yeah. You got
little bit of twist.
he has a few different options is the point, right? Crazy that it doesn't seem that himself was an option. Because he doesn't say you can kill yourself and save your family, but I guess I was just kind of hoping that would have been an option, because it's like, I mean, that should have been the ultimate sacrifice for you to make.
Yeah, what a plot line that would have been if he would have killed himself, and then Martin's just like, nope, that didn't count. Now you're screwed because you can't kill anybody.
That doesn't count. And then and then he's just like, okay, now it's up to you, Nicole Kidman. kill one of your kids, and no, you cannot kill yourself. Yeah, so we see Steven is finally defeated. He goes, I have to do this. I have to kill someone in my family, whatever. And he basically plays Russian roulette with a hunting rifle.
Mm-hmm.
I love that thing. He puts a bag all over their heads, puts them in 3 different parts of the room, and just spins around, pulling the trigger.
that game where you like spin around a baseball bat and then have to like
Yeah,
do a relay race
exactly. So,
and shit.
try to like walk in a straight line. Yeah.
Yeah, he spins and then just like
He misses.
He misses several times.
Yeah, he misses twice, I think, and then
Was it twice?
Yeah,
thought it
I
was
think,
more
and
for
then
some
I think the
reason.
third shot is he ends up shooting his son.
Yeah.
who was also like on the verge of death. He was like the
Yeah, he was
closest
the
to
one
dying.
closest to dying, yeah.
So I feel like I don't want to pick,
but still, if any of them died, like it seemed like they would have got better.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I guess he that was his way of choosing without choosing, right? Like, I'm just gonna spin
He
this.
even was wearing a beanie that he like pulled down over his face, so
Yeah.
he couldn't see who he was shooting either.
Yeah.
It does mean he loves all of them equally, so that's kind of a positive note about this movie. Is that like he truly doesn't have a favorite in his family. So
Wow, what a good dad.
that's kind of nice. That's kind of a nice little thing if you think
A
about
dad
it.
that doesn't play favorites. Man. Sign
That
this up
truly
for,
doesn't. You
Yeah,
test the
sign this up for
limits.
Father of the Year award over here. And Husband of the Year. But yeah, man. So he shoots his son. You kind of see it like fade out. Obviously, he can't believe what he just did, but he had to do it. And then we see them in the diner, just together as a family, I guess. Obviously, it's just super awkward silence. Who knows how long after that happened was?
It's like the next day.
Yeah.
I feel like it was fairly soon after because you can still see the bruises on Martin's face, and I'm assuming it's from when he was like held hostage and beat to a pulp by.
Oh, true. Yeah.
by
So it's not that far out there.
Here's my question about that. How do you explain what happened to your kid to the coroner?
The same freaking thing, dude. Yeah, because now
police.
now your kid's dead
with a bullet wound
in his chest. Yeah, how are you gonna explain that one?
Maybe like have mercy, like he was so bad, I just had to like
that's
put him
still
out.
murder.
That'd probably be the best.
It's still murder.
Since he's a doctor, he probably worked something out with his buddies at the hospital. It was
Maybe,
like, hey, like
the coroner.
yeah,
bro,
the
man,
medical
that would be
examiner.
such a fucked up hospital if they were all like in on it at that point. They're like, yeah, this dude shot his son, but his son was super sick, so we totally get it. Like that's
What
crazy.
are the laws in Ohio?
Ohio, right?
They might still be figuring out what to do with the kid, like while they're at that diner at the end of the movie. Like,
yeah,
they have him.
I know he's probably still
somewhere.
in the house. Yeah, it's obviously not that long after, and everyone knows the kids are just trying to recover at home, so they're not going to be looking for a bit.
Yeah, there's some unexplained things at the end like that. And Martin walks in and like locks eyes with the daughter. What was her name again? The daughter?
Kim.
Kim.
Yeah.
Kim. Lock eyes and
you see her the intense scene of her pouring ketchup on her fries or whatever, and she's like
That was his favorite food, man.
What?
Martin. He there's this whole like thing when he first meets up with Steven in the diner in the beginning where he's like, oh, are you gonna eat your fries? And he's like, oh, I'm saving them to the end because they're my favorite. He mentions that.
Okay. I guess I didn't hear that part because I know he said like, don't you want some like? He's like, you want some chicken wings or something? I remember he was like offering chicken wings to like Steven. Yeah, but I guess I forgot about that part that he mentions fries. Oh wow, and fries come at the end of the movie. But yeah, I thought that was just like the director's intense way of showing us that like she's okay now, like she can eat on her own or whatever, blah blah blah. And then, that just reminded me. I don't know how we skipped over the spaghetti scene.
Oh yeah, right. When the wife Nicole Kidman tries to bargain, goes over to Martin's house directly, and like he comes out and he's just eating this gross ass looking thing of spaghetti.
Yeah,
like it kind of looks like the spaghetti that the kid in Gummo is eating. If anybody's ever seen that movie, in the bathtub, he's eating spaghetti in the bathtub. But,
okay.
No, I've seen that scene though.
Mm-hmm.
What's your spaghetti policy? But yeah, so she's trying to like bargain with him, I guess, right?
Basically, yeah, this first bargaining that she tries to do, and then he's like just saying, you know what, it's just kind of justified, like he deserves it. But then he goes on this tangent about eating spaghetti.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the funnier like pieces of dialogue in this movie.
Yeah, he says like everybody says I eat spaghetti just like my old man, like the way I twirl the fork.
He's like I stab it and then twirl it or
and
whatever.
then just shove it in my mouth, and it's like. But then I realized that everybody eats spaghetti this way.
Yeah. And then he's like, and I've never been so upset in my life. Like, not even that when I found out that my father was dead. Mm-hmm. I like how we thought that scene was hilarious, but, maybe it's just a video essay was being, kind of full of themselves. But apparently that was a very important and deep scene that I'm just like not figuring out. Hold on, I'm going to go blow my nose.
You learn a lot about Martin's psyche in that moment.
Yeah, he's obsessed with his dad, I suppose, and like thinks every normal thing he does, he probably like thinks about his dad or is obsessed with his dad. So like when he's eating spaghetti, he's thinking about his dad.
Maybe
he talks about him a lot in this movie. I feel like.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the whole basis of the movie.
Exactly. But I don't know what it could possibly mean besides just like he's obsessed. Yeah. I don't know.
Food seems to be a pretty important theme in this movie. Like, I mean, obviously, like there's like the starvation factor of it, and then there's him like just happily eating. He's like, I'm gonna eat the spaghetti. I'm gonna eat these fries. I'm whatever. I don't know. But
he loves lemonade. He mentions lemonade all the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Let's finish the movie. There's like a minute left.
Yeah,
right there.
I mean, literally, the end of the movie was, they're staring at each other. She takes a bite out of the fries, and then they just leave, which I thought was like
like a pretty abruptly.
She just left the whole plate of food. Like, I was just thinking that, like, you just left the whole plate of food there. Like, what the fuck?
They left the fries for Martin.
Yeah,
it was a sacrifice, another sacrifice for him.
Man, so are you saying if they just gave him a plate of fries earlier, probably would still have their son?
Yeah, maybe they just gave him some French fries. He was leaving all these hints to Steven about like the things he likes, and he just fucked it up.
A lot to think about with that one. What did the spaghetti mean? I'm just kidding.
Why wasn't it lasagna?
Yeah. Well, you can't swirl with. Well, I guess you can, but.
Because you can't eat lasagna intensely or something. I don't know.
Because literally everybody eats lasagna the same way. Yeah. So it's like
everyone eats spaghetti the same way.
No, I've seen some weird ways of people eating spaghetti.
Really?
Yeah.
How else can you eat spaghetti?
I've seen people cut spaghetti.
Really? Yeah, they literally use a pair of scissors.
Oh, that too.
Scissors?
Yeah, they like. Stab it. They lift it up. They cut off the extra strands.
Yeah,
and
I feel like I've seen that in like The Simpsons or something. I'm pretty
sure it's rage bait. Like they're really just trying to piss off the people around them or the internet, whatever. But I have seen that online. Yeah.
You could attach a fork to like a drill too, and just like drill the spaghetti.
That's classic, bro. Yeah,
that's
just efficient. That was good. But yeah. I don't know, man. I think the director was really thinking about like what pasta is the most menacing, and he's like spaghetti.
Definitely, it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross, like noodles. I don't know.
You touch it feels like
icky.
Guts.
We're pissing off at a lot of Italian people right now.
I don't know the way the spaghetti looks in this
right
now.
Like,
they should watch this scene and then complain.
This is like that American Beauty spaghetti, or that brand, that really cheap spaghetti brand.
American Beauty.
I think they're called American Beauty. Not the movie, but
I don't know.
It's a cheap spaghetti. Saprilla. I don't know.
Okay, I'm really not sure.
Spaghetti brands.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a huge spaghetti guy.
All right. Okay, yeah. So that was literally the end of the movie.
They're locking eyes and like for like 2 minutes, like a minute, like staring at
just walk
each
away.
other and
they just leave. Yeah.
They walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And Martin seems, I don't know, satisfied with the way things turned out, I guess, in a very weird way.
I'll say I didn't really care too much for the ending, honestly. That I feel like it could have been more satisfactory. It just kind of.
What do you think they could have done differently?
I don't know. I'll like.
Yeah, like what part? What part exactly do you mean? Like the whole diner scene at the end, or the like killing of the son?
Like the diner scene where like they're just like locking eyes.
Yeah, it's kind of weird and just like thrown in there.
Because like I feel like their relationship wasn't the most important part of the movie. Like their like romantic relationship, and that's how it ends. Is kind of focusing on that. So I was like,
I don't think it's about really like focusing on the relationship. I think they're trying to show that they're obviously scared of Martin because he can do things that are
he's a super villain.
Yeah, because like he can do things that are unexplainable, and they also wanted to show that their daughter is like back to full health, like she's eating now.
That was definitely a look of like interest and like that wasn't like a scared look that she was giving.
Well, she
him.
like at no point ever hated him. She was like even when she was like losing her ability to walk and her little brother was dying, she was still like obsessed with him.
And plus, there might be a little bit to say about like how fearing a man is part of like some relationships, like like a strong man who can like hurt your like people or whatever. Having him nearby,
I would definitely. I didn't think about this until you just said that, but I would definitely more think about this like fearing a higher power, I guess, because there's like no matter what you do, they can always do more.
Because that kid is a higher power. That kid's a god.
He's literally a higher power. Yeah.
So.
But yeah,
it'll make your eyes bleed, bro.
Slowly starve you to death.
He's a psychotic god because he's like, you might have like maybe killed my dad when he got drunk, so I'm just gonna kill your whole family, bitch. He's pretty psycho, but
yeah,
a lot of gods are.
Yeah, especially in like Greek tragedies. Like, you ever look at like Greek mythology? It's the gods are literally like the worst of the worst. They're all like pretty like terrible people.
And then Jesus came along and was like, "Nah, bitch, chill.
Yeah,
like, it's all good.
Like, I am the true righteous one." All right, guys. So I don't know what
I liked it.
What'd you think of this movie? I guess
I liked it, and then think it was amazing or great or anything.
Do you think it was better than the Lobster?
I like Lobster more, I think.
Okay, fair enough.
It's more of a comedy. Lobster is more of a comedy, and this is kind of like a weird, almost like a horror movie in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
It is set in Ohio, so it's pretty terrifying.
What do you think, RJ?
I thought it was really good. It makes me want to watch more of this guy's movies. Like
Visually, it's really
you've
nice
said really
looking.
good things about Poor Things, and I've heard good things about The Lobster for years. But yeah, it wasn't too weird because I kind of expected a really weird. Most A24 movies turn out to be really weird, or like they have a. I don't know. They always involve like some weird like sex cult or something.
Yeah, there's
like
always a cult involved somehow. Yeah,
But this one didn't like. I didn't think it went too far into the weirdness of it. It was kind of absurdist in a way, like the whole plot with it. You know.
okay.
It doesn't feel like an A24 movie that much. I feel like.
I don't know. To me, it kind of does.
I thought
like,
it did.
Yeah, like even though like it wasn't like full into the cult, it definitely showed like that this dude easily could have been a cult leader. Like, you know, with like Hereditary, like there was not one of them specifically had magical powers, but obviously all the supernatural things were happening. So
I do want to say,
that did lead into like the cultish aspect of it.
I don't think it is A24. It's like Curzon. Are
you sure?
Film Productions,
I'm
Element
almost-
Pictures.
Could have swore it was A24. I could have swore I saw that at
almost
the beginning.
heard
Yeah.
Yeah.
They at least they have
Acquired North American distribution.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right?
they at least
there
have
you
North American distribution rights. Yeah, because I could have swore when we started this movie up there, the like one of the first logos was A24 logo.
No, it definitely it definitely gives me A24 vibes for sure. But yeah, on the same note, definitely makes me want to watch more of his stuff. Like I want to watch The Lobster now. But honestly, ever since I actually found out what the plot of The Lobster was, I've been wanting to watch it. I was like, oh, okay, because I had no idea that's what the freaking movie was about. For anyone who hasn't seen it or hasn't heard anything about it, just look at the plot and tell me it's not like the weird but kind of interesting plot lines you've heard.
I was certainly confused by it. It has a lot of the same, like, it's like a comedy and has a lot of the same beats as Her. If you've seen that one.
Still haven't seen Her.
Oh, that's a great movie. That's
I've always heard great things about it.
definitive of the time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this is his stab at horror, it seems like. I've also heard The Favorite is amazing, which is like a period piece, like a British thing.
Yeah, I saw that in his filmography, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like a black comedy of some sort. Honestly,
Yeah, Poor Things is kind of a comedy.
I just realized Greek director, and and there was this whole like Greek mythology too.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a dark comedy. It's a satirical, absurdist period dark comedy.
Okay.
The older I get, the more I
There's a
like
few
period
different
pieces,
things.
honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh, Rachel Weisz.
fancy wardrobes.
Emma Stone. Okay. I like it. Picasso. All right, guys. All right. Any final thoughts on this movie, film, whatever?
I thought there should have been at least one deer.
Even just like passing by somewhere, you know, just crossing the road at some point.
Or that maybe they could have been like the movie that he liked could have been Bambi or something.
Yeah.
Instead of like,
the movie they watched was
or The Deer Hunter.
Oh my
or the Deer Hunter, but no, it was Groundhog's Day.
Oh, dude, a Bambi reference would have been hilarious. And they're like, they're just like watching Bambi. But
But yeah, this is a.
So Sacred Deer was his dad, I guess, right? Because that's what caused this whole like rift.
I suppose, yeah, from the Greek story, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a weird movie. It plays with like justice and like ethics and what people will do at their lowest points and stuff. And it's kind of a hard watch in those aspects.
Yeah.
These people's lives are like getting destroyed, and they're like willing to do anything to fix it.
Yeah, it's a whole dilemma too of like we kill one to save like multiple people or like or let them all die.
Thanos,
The trolley question or whatever. Yeah, like
Yeah, I feel like there's an actual like phrase for it or something that I'm forgetting right now.
Yeah, I was like, they always call it like the trolley, whatever. It's just like, do you like leave the trolley alone and it just runs over one person, or do you save the one person but it kills 5 other people or something like that? Yeah, I think it's called like the trolley, not equation,
Trolley dilemma or something.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
everybody knows that one.
Yeah,
Everybody's
it's
seen those
that
memes.
age-old question. It's like, is it right to, to save 5 lives instead of 1 or whatever?
Yeah.
Definitely go for
ancient
killing
dilemma.
one to save the rest of the family. Like that probably is the decision to make. Unfortunately,
This
so
also
horrible
shows
as
why
it is.
narcissists shouldn't have kids, because at the end of the day, they're gonna choose themselves over their own children, and that's pretty terrible, man. That poor kid. He was only like 12 years old or something. And then he gets beat up for like an hour in mid-90s. So, kids had it pretty rough in the
I
movies.
think Colin Farrell's character was a narcissist in this movie.
I think if you have a God complex, you definitely a narcissist.
I don't know what a God complex. How does he have a God complex?
Because he thinks he can't do no wrong. Like, the dude was drunk, or not drunk, but he was buzzed at a surgery, and he was like, "No, it couldn't have been me."
Right.
And then remember,
He
according to
definitely,
him,
doesn't think about it.
surgeons don't kill people. And then anesthesiologists literally said the same thing. Like, everyone knows anesthesiologists don't kill people. It's really just the surgeons that do it.
Yeah, but how is shifting the blame for killing someone a God complex?
Because he can never admit that he's wrong. Like, he's a doctor. He's not a famous surgeon or whatever. Like, but he's a successful surgeon. Like, he doesn't make mistakes. Is what he's like. Like, there's no way he's ever done anything wrong. And then also choosing yourself over your kids is kind of like God complexy. Like your kids should be are like more. Your kids should be more important to you than you are to yourself. So. I don't know. It's very like surgeons, doctors are always known for having God complexes.
Fuck Western medicine, bro.
Fuck that theology, psychology bullshit. Complex this.
I don't know, man. My final thought, I thought it was a really good movie. Really weirdly intense. I mean, I was laughing at scenes that I probably shouldn't have been laughing at, but that happens with a lot of movies. Definitely some dark themes throughout the whole freaking thing. Nicole Kidman's still a baddie. Thank God for her, dude. She's, I don't know if it's magic, money, science, genetics, whatever, but dude, she's killing it, bro. She's been looking great ever since she's got on the silver screen, I don't know what her first major movie was, but
Oh.
I don't know, dude. She's always
In the Star Wars movies? No. Natalie Portman. But not
Yeah.
her.
The earliest thing I can think of is To Die For, but there's definitely stuff before that. I just don't know them.
The one I think of is definitely Eyes Wide Shut for her.
Yeah, that was a couple
Yeah,
years
that's
after.
like mid 2000s though, right?
Yeah, they're like
That was like
99, 2000.
97, 98, something.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I thought that was way later for some reason. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
He made her like right when he died.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's and then Colin Farrell. I think of in Bruges. I want to say. Is
Yeah, he was
that?
in Bruges.
Yeah.
He was
That's
also
what I
in
think
Seven
of.
Psychopaths.
Okay.
And then he was in the last
Martin.
Martin.
SWAT. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he was also in the last Martin McDonagh movie.
Right.
But he wasn't in Three Billboards, so that was the only one he wasn't.
Okay. Right.
And he puts in a good performance in this movie for sure. Like great. Like if you like, probably one of the best acting performances I've seen from him.
Oh, okay.
I think.
To be fair, I
Very
guess I haven't seen a
realistic.
lot of him, but no, he's always been a pretty solid actor from the things I have seen him in. But yeah, no, Nicole Kidman was great. I loved her. I thought the kids did really well too, honestly. Bob, I feel like didn't get like a lot of chance to shine. It was more Kim. But yeah, and then Barry Keoghan, very, very good autistic villain.
Yeah, it's like McLovin's like trying to kill your whole family or something.
McLovin.
McKillen.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I would just say I'd probably recommend this to anyone who likes like kind of like a horror suspense kind of thing. And, if you're a fan of like the supernatural and kind of like deeper meanings to things, this is definitely for you. I recommend it. Yeah.
One of the better revenge story movies I've seen.
Yeah. It's definitely a different take on a revenge story. Because, a revenge story, we usually get it from the person seeking revenge instead of the person seeking revenge is like the villain. I mean, I know we've gotten that before, but we usually get the other one more.
I think watching this made me realize that I think I prefer revenge movies where like the revenge is like totally 100% justified and you're like totally rooting for this revenge and you want to see it happen. But this revenge is like, dang, really? Like you're gonna go after this whole man's family and livelihood.
Yeah.
So but that's just I guess a personal preference,
For sure. I got you.
But I'd recommend this movie to a lot of people. But it does get really dark and fucked up.
Yeah, especially because we almost never see kids actually be like harmed in this way. Like,
Yeah, you see the kid get straight up shot.
yeah, yeah. But it's pretty rare that we ever see something like that. So it's pretty like shocking when you finally do see it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
And yeah, the ending also it like wasn't satisfying to me personally. Just like them two locking eyes, and it's like, ooh, what does that mean?
okay. Yeah.
Would you rather see them run off together, all happy?
I would rather like he walked into the diner while "Don't Stop Believing" was playing, and then it just cuts to black.
Cuts to black. Yes.
That's how it should have
The
ended.
greatest ending in television history. Exactly.
I don't know how it should have ended, honestly, but it's a good movie. I'd check it out.
All right, RJ, what about you? Final thoughts?
Oh yeah, I liked it. I would recommend it to people. It makes, like I said, it makes me want to watch more of his movies. But yeah, it was good.
And I'd say film, not a movie, or movie, not a film. Actually, this one was more of a movie-ish.
Okay,
to me.
For sure.
I can see that.
I give it like an 8, probably. Honestly,
Really?
yeah. I don't know. I always change my mind like 1 or 2 weeks later when I like digest the movie a little bit more. But as of now, I'd probably give it about an 8.
I'd give it like maybe a 7 or like a high 6 or something.
Okay.
Perhaps. Because just compared to his other movies, because like.
For sure. Yeah. And
That's
I
probably my least
don't have
favorite of
anything to
his.
compare to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm excited to see his other movies now.
Right.
Yeah. But all right. If no more final thoughts, this has been another episode of 3 Hacks in a Movie. I've been Emilio.
I'm Banley.
And I'm RJ.
All right. Have a good night, y'all.